Breast milk science. It's a thing. And it's our thing. We're ByHeart. We're an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most super food on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We make our formula in our own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, using a small batch manufacturing process that works to preserve the integrity of our ingredients. We ran the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in 25 years and clinically proved benefits like easier digestion, less gas, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. We were the first infant formula company to earn the Clean Label Project Purity Award. And while we've put a lot into ByHeart, there's a long list of things you won't see on our ingredient list, like no corn syrup, no maltodextrin, no GMO ingredients, no soy, no palm oil. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
How about Mondays? I hate Mondays. Mondays are the worst.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. No, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Welcome to the Monday Weekly Recap episode.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
On today's episode, Big Drewski and Casper break down all of the college football action from all of the games and events from this past weekend. Today's episode is sponsored by the Depot Print House, www.staycating.com, and True Tennessean Clothing Company. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave the boys a review, because again, I can't stress this enough, but they have literally no clue what they are doing.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Let's get on into today's show. And as always, have a happy Monday.
Giggity.
All right, here they come.
Welcome, baby, to the Little Tangerine Show. If you have not already, click like, click subscribe. We are back at it again. I am your host, Big Drewski. With me, as always, my co-host,
Casper, the ghost.
Actually, you're the only one technically wearing Vol stuff.
I know. What the heck, man? You had a rule. You had to wear Vol stuff on this show. Get it together.
I mean, I could throw on my trademark hat. I'm rocking this little Haskin hard gear hat or whatever. It's just so comfy. I literally tonight was weird. I freaking just lost track of time, and this was the hat that I had in my pocket when I left church, I had it on my head when I left church. But yeah, it was just weird time change, man. What are you gonna do? But welcome to season 2, episode 52. We're like 80 plus episodes in or something crazy. Pretty nice. Again, if you have not already, click like, click subscribe. And if you just so happen to be watching this on the social medias, feel free to comment and get in on the conversation. We'll go back through and read some of the messages and whatnot. But me and Casper went to the football game. It was pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
Rock it up, you'll always be
behind
me.
A great win.
Woo!
It was an awesome win. Had a blast. Huge shout out to www.staycating.com for hooking us up with the tickets. Me and Casper just had a blast, man. It was freaking awesome. I actually kind of sort of like the noon kickoff, man. I don't know, something about it. Waking up, well, I got me a biscuit from Buddy's barbecue, but grabbing a biscuit on the way in. Ed gave us a hack to the game, which we're not going to give away because it's too good of a hack. But yeah, it was awesome, man. I had a blast. Uh, you know, I was trying to post a picture from the whatever, um, but yeah, no, we were up in the nosebleeds. QQ, he's in that double letter club, baby. It was freaking awesome. Nothing like it.
No, it was a great time. I had a great, fantastic, wonderful time watching the Vols. Apparently, I'm not a good fan, as I was informed by the gentleman sitting in front of us. But
Oh, yeah,
we can talk about that later.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to tell you exactly where our seats were because, like, I don't want to embarrass anybody. But we were definitely surrounded by some Negavols, for sure.
No. Well, I mean, technically, I was being a Negaval for a minute, but then he was like, "No, no, they're playing great." But we'll talk about that more in the breakdown, I guess, when we get through that. But
yeah, it is
no,
awesome.
man, it's a great time. It was a great time. There are some people in there, Look, this was not. We knew when we were going to this game, it's not like we're playing Alabama or Georgia or any SEC team.
No.
It wasn't going to be crazy. Some people, I guess, didn't know that. So,
no, I mean, like you said, man, it was UT versus Uconn, which I mean, if you were under a rock, maybe you didn't see the score of that game, but 59-3. It's a great win for the Vols, right off the rip, dude. I mean, first off, I feel like we executed the game day properly. We got there with plenty of time. Boom. Got to see the marching band. Boom. Plenty of time. What?
that one dude got absolutely smoked in the head by the tuba, and I loved it. God, it was awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever you are. There's a young gentleman that was standing right next to Casper, who just got absolutely waylaid by the tuba. Yeah, it was definitely intentional. I know how them marching band people be because they're like, no, march in a straight line no matter what. This is life or death. And
yes, whack him in the head, baby.
and of course, it happened right after I quit recording, which would have been phenomenal. I almost got nailed in the nuts by the tenors guy in the drum line. I was standing there, and for those of you that follow me on TikTok, I posted some videos, but I was sitting there recording, and I just happened to, because I was mildly aware, like, okay, they probably get off on like nailing people as they march by, so like I was mildly aware and looked down. I was like, nope, did a little hip, whatever you want to call it, move to get out of the way. But yeah, we got there early, got to see the band, got to see a kid get waylaid by a tuba. Got inside, had plenty of time, got snacks, got to the seat, got to see him run through the tee. Yeah, we executed game day. I mean, in flawless fashion, I will say. What was like it's been a while since I've been to a game, but like, what was like your favorite thing, I guess, about, because you went last year, but I mean, like, what's your favorite thing about going to Neyland?
Man, just the orange, dude. Like, obviously being a transplant, I've been a fan for what, 5 or 10 years now, but
Something like that.
Dude, I know that sounds dumb, but like that's the thing that I love about that stadium the most is just like everybody wears orange, and it's usually just a hideous color, and you look at people like, why would you wear that? But when you go to Neyland Stadium, it's the most appropriate thing on earth, and that is legitimately my favorite part about going there.
There's something majestic about it. For me, one of the most underrated things about it, I think, is when you're wrapping around the edge of the stadium and you're looking out across the river and everything. Like, I think I even made the comment to you that I was like, man, this is why people say it's such a beautiful stadium. It's just, I mean, there's nothing like it. But Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, just something about it, man. Everybody too was like, I don't know, maybe it's because of noon. It was Uconn, but it was a real laid back like atmosphere for that game. Like everybody was just there to have a good time. Really,
Nobody was drunk yet, and that helps with that. But yeah, man, the other thing you're reminded every time you go there is that place is just old, man, and like it's tighter, it's steeper. There's no way they would legally let them make those bleachers that steep these days without some kind of rail. I mean,
no,
it's just it's awesome. Like even just walking around, like you're talking about on the concourses and stuff. Like, dude, like they built that thing years ago, and
like you said, you definitely cannot be drunk where we were
no,
at.
heck no. If you're standing up there on the south end zone, that thing's so steep, you do not want to be drunk up there. You might fall down and die. Not really, but I mean, it's just I've been to some racetracks with some steep grandstands and stuff, but where we sat in particular, it's got to be like the steepest section just because how it is. But I
Yeah,
mean,
just getting up
it's
there.
a great
Yeah,
time, man. I had a
we
fantastic time.
we got to meet old Ed. Oh,
You did,
Ed.
yeah,
Ed is a long time, I guess you would say follower. I don't really like that word, but long,
friend. Ed's a friend at this
yeah,
point.
long time buddy of the lives and the big Drewski lives. Back when I was doing them solo, me and Ed's burned it down several times. Just play it. I've been on there playing NCAA football 14 and stuff, and doing the lives and whatever. But known Ed for a while. He's always been a pretty cool dude. But I put out on there, hey, we're going to the game. If y'all see us, high five us or whatever, say howdy. And just happened to, he shot me a message, is like, hey man, about where you gonna be, whatever. And so just we kind of set it up there. But yeah, no, it was awesome, man. Got to bump into Ed. I was disappointed. He offered to buy me and Casper a beer.
Thank you, Ed.
Literally, I
Thank you.
woke up with a headache and had to take some medicine, so I had to bypass that. It was kind of I was kind
Yep.
of disappointed in that. But but I told him, I was like, hey, we'll have to do rain check or whatever. But we're gonna send Ed a little uh, is it lame to say care package? I don't know, swag bag maybe. Is that cooler?
Swag pack. You need to give me that information, by the way. I need to get that done.
I did get it. I'm not
Good.
gonna tell you on here,
Yeah,
but yeah,
do
no,
it
we're
right
gonna.
here on the podcast. That way, everybody can send Ed something.
All right, so Ed's address. No, I'm just kidding. Let's all send him Christmas tree cakes and everything, which I did. My wife was like, "Why did you get 4 boxes of
Oh my
Christmas tree
god,
cakes?" And
we're
I was
gonna.
like, "Listen, yeah, this is a hot commodity." I was like, "I am good through the holidays because it's weird. It's like everybody's like, oh my god, it's too early for Christmas,' and then all of a sudden you look up and they're gone, and then you're like." Dang it, man. So I might be part of the reason why they sell out. I don't know. But
listen. We're gonna have to have a. You know what the word of the month is this week, right?
intervention.
Yeah, and I got a feeling there's one of those coming up pretty early on Monday morning.
Yeah, we haven't kept
You might
tabs
want to
on.
skip calling in.
We haven't kept tabs on T50 or our
Put
part
that down,
our
dude.
part
You get
time
the white
driver.
ones, not even the chocolate ones.
You know my feelings on
Dude, all right,
chocolate flavored
all right.
sweets.
Let me take a hard stance right here.
Unless it's
Right here.
wrapped in peanut butter, I'm
Shut
not
your
for
mouth and listen. Christmas tree cakes, the white ones are trash. Absolute garbage. Throw them
No
away.
doubt.
Now, the chocolate ones are great. And here's what's weird about Christmas tree cakes. It's literally the same cake they put out all year. It's just in a Christmas tree shape. And there's just something about hooking
You
the
talking about
corner
the
of that
fudge
thing.
ones?
Yes.
I don't even know. I don't think those are even official Christmas tree cakes.
They are. Shut the
I don't.
hell up. Listen,
I don't condone that.
Here's the thing about Christmas tree cakes. This is why they're good. Reese's eggs are good because of the shape, because you get the peanut butter to chocolate ratios right. On Christmas tree cakes, I think it's the icing to cake ratio because you have that like the little indentions. But there is nothing like hooking the corner of the top section in your mouth and just biting it off and be like, "Damn, who topped that Christmas tree?" And Christmas tree cakes are good as long as they're chocolate. Screw that white cake crap.
I cannot support this message. I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to do another poll.
Listen, I know where little Debbie is. Okay, I've been there. They said chocolate's better. Moving on.
What else? So we got to meet Ed. That was awesome.
Yep. Yeah, that was dope.
We you got a free beer from Ed. That was awesome. Do we want to just go ahead and break down our game day experience in the Vols, or do we want to hit the some of the headlines and stuff first?
No, I mean, I think we should go through the headlines and we'll do our actual game breakdown in its traditional location.
So Florida lost to Arkansas. So there's three things that have to happen. And again, we're not saying the Vols are going to make the SEC championship. All we're saying is statistically it's possible. Three things have to happen. Florida has to lose one more game, which they did. They just lost to Arkansas. Now, I guess technically it's four things. The Vols have to win out. Florida had to lose one more. Georgia has to lose two, and we have to beat Missouri. Now, Mizzou did end up losing to Georgia. Georgia, if they lose to Ole Miss next week, and then they lose to the Vols next week, or the week after that, then statistically, the Vols could still make it to the SEC championship. One thing that I will say, Casper, you're going to love this, by the way. So, two things. I did the live Saturday, and there was two things that happened that I chuckled at, and I told you this was going to happen when I brought you on, okay? Numero uno, people hopped on and were shocked that Arkansas beat Florida, okay? We tried to tell them Arkansas is not as bad as they look. Don't just look at the record. Look at the intent behind the record. So like, and I was like, y'all need to start listening to the freaking podcast. I mean, seriously, listen to the podcast more, because we told you Arkansas is not that bad. The second thing was everybody hopped on and wanted me to be shocked that Mizzou is good coming into that Georgia game. They played them competitive and all that. I'm like, I mean, dude, I've been saying all year they're sneaky good, specifically on defense, but they're sneaky good. Like, it's another one of those things that, like, people wanted me to be shocked at. And I'm like, dude, like, where have you been? Like, seriously, where have you been? We've been talking about this all year.
Sorry, guys.
I know I've got a residual cough from where I was sick. Casper, I mean, you guys can't see him. He's just over here smoking the devil's lettuce. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's delicious.
But no, I've got like a residual. Do what?
I said drug test on Monday.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be a good excuse for, someone else to finish your job and then you go pee in a cup.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'll pass.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, I actually, which we'll get into later here in a minute, but me and Casper were not surprised that much at all about the events that transpired. I mean, we picked several upsets that we were like with less than 20% of America on or something stupid. We picked several upsets. A lot of crazy things happened, over this last weekend or whatever. But no, it wasn't that surprising. I mean, I don't know if I don't think we got to catch most of that game because I think we were like on the bus coming back. Game? Well, the Florida and Arkansas game, I think.
Oh no, dude! I didn't even know. I got home and the neighbor came out taking the dogs out. He's a Florida fan. I was like, "How's it going, man?" He's like, "Not too good. We just lost to Arkansas." And I was like,
"Yeah,
thank God, though."
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but we wasn't that surprised. So, numero uno, Florida lost one more. So now Georgia's got to lose two, and we got to win out. And
basically, just to kind of sum this up, and I know we're going to go to their standings here in a minute, and I'll definitely talk about the West when we get to it, but like, basically, essentially what has to happen at this point for Tennessee, the road is Ole Miss has to beat Georgia next week, period. And then we have to beat Georgia, and we have to beat Missouri. So That's basically it. At this point, go Lane Train, go Vols. That's all we got to worry about. Nothing else matters. So,
I'm kind of pulling it up while you're talking. I don't know how blurry it'll be. For those of you that's watching this, now again, we are going to start live streaming these episodes the day the podcast comes out, which this is the Monday episode. So this episode is going to probably drop around 11 a.m. Some of you guys are already watching it, but for those of you that's watching it, yeah. Georgia's still undefeated in the conference. Mizzou and the Vols are both 3-2. Which if the Vols were to beat, well, I mean, I guess technically if the Vols lose to Georgia, though, that could hurt either way. But yeah, Mizzou and the Vols are both 3-2. Kentucky and Florida's 3-3. South Carolina and Vandy are irrelevant. In the West, you got Bama undefeated, Ole Miss sitting there at 5-1. LSU 4-2, and then Texas A&M, Auburn, and Mississippi State's basically out of the race at this point.
So I got bad news. Bama is not going to lose because they've only got Kentucky, Auburn, and the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga.
Man, that's not bad news to me.
Come on, Auburn. I was really trying to get Ole Miss for the dub in the West this year.
It might be bad news to somebody that,
Yeah.
Had them going, what was it, 7-5, 4-4?
It doesn't matter. I missed. I know. Also, if you look, I have Tennessee and South Carolina. So, and I have Missouri at 4-4.
Dude, we both had. Everybody had South Carolina doing better, but it's. I mean, Saban's on the freaking warpath. I mean,
I mean, if I was a betting man and I had a bunch of money in my FanDuel account, I would definitely look at Alabama futures right now because they're probably going to get in. So we'll talk about that on the other show. But I mean that's the big thing on them. Ole Miss, their schedule, since we're already on this, Ole Miss schedule is a little bit tougher than Alabama's. I'm trying to pull up their remaining schedule.
So I know
Alabama literally, I mean, Kentucky. I mean, I guess we're gonna be pulling for Auburn pretty hard there.
Well,
you never know what can happen. We could always have another kick.
Georgia has Ole Miss this upcoming week, and then they have us the following week. If they lose to Ole Miss and they lose to us, we would technically have the head-to-head for the East. Mizzou, if we win out, that takes care of that. But Mizzou has. I'll pull up Mizzou if you want.
I don't care. I already told you about that. That doesn't matter. All we have to do is beat Missouri and Georgia, and then Ole Miss has to beat Georgia for us. I'm curious about Ole Miss as far as what they have. I know they have Georgia. They have Georgia and Mississippi State for conference games. So, rivalry game to end it. That game at Georgia will be a big one. That it's this week at 7 o'clock ESPN kickoff. Definitely going to want to be watching that. Thank God.
The Vols next two are officially 3:30, by the way.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Mizzou has us, Florida, and then Arkansas left. So they actually they're finishing out with SEC play.
Yeah.
So,
but and look, they could fold like a cheap couch or not. I mean, Arkansas. Me and you both said like Arkansas they're in the SEC West, man. They got it rough to start with on that schedule, dude. Like, it sucks to be Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas is not that bad, man,
No.
But speaking of SEC teams, I noticed you put it in the notes. I seen it, but Texas A&M, nut punch, defensive line, Shamar Turner. I mean,
so what is the applicable punishment, in your opinion, is what this is what I wanted to ask you. If you get mad at somebody and you straight up pick them up by their balls with your fist, what should the punishment be?
Well, so this one's weird because, I mean, so the, I guess, offensive lineman was kind of doing like 64 on Uconn where he was kind of like laying all over him, wouldn't let him get up. Then, Shamar Turner kind of retaliated. But, yeah, I don't know what the punishment is for a nut punch. I mean, I don't. I don't know
So
how that shakes out, but to me, it was kind of like if you watch the tape, he was retaliating. So maybe you squash it. I don't know.
no, it doesn't matter if it's retaliation. Look, and I told you the same thing about 64 during the game. Let's talk about him. But look, here's the thing. All right, he's out there. His goal, look, A&M. It's whatever. Like they're trying to get him in trouble, trying to get him ejected from the game. I hope he did. I didn't. I just saw the clip. I don't know if he got ejected.
It
I'm
was pretty
assuming he did.
hilarious, but yeah.
But I mean, dude, honestly, he should be benched for the rest of the year. That's my personal opinion. Just put him out 6 games, done with it. That or whatever's left.
Community service.
So, I mean, it's unacceptable. You got kids out here watching this stuff, and then you wonder why this crap happens. My favorite sport's racing, and when they started letting some of this crap go, you see it go to lower levels. Trust me. So, you got to punish them. Got to punish them. And
devil's advocate, whenever racing does it, it actually makes it entertaining.
I would kick him off the team. I just want that to be known. I would literally kick the guy off the team. It's unacceptable in my opinion.
I am kind of curious to see what the NCAA does about if they do anything about that. Just mild. I feel like they're probably going to let it go, but I don't know. But hey, if you're watching this, comment on the video, send us an email, whatever. I would definitely be interested to see what y'all think about it.
I'm sure that so he got ejected, which means he can't play at least if it was in the first half, which I think it was. That means he can't play in the first half of the next game. But I don't know, man. It's kind of wild. This last thing down here, I don't know if you've seen this or not. So after Colorado changed play callers during their game, I don't know if you know that or not.
No, I didn't know
their game. They changed.
That was like one of the only. Or that was like the second game of theirs I haven't watched.
Yeah. Well, it was at 10:30 at night. I was up late watching the end of Washington State and Alabama and all that, trying to get these notes ready. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. But they did keep it close, by the way. But so they changed play callers. Apparently the offense looked a little better, although not really from what I saw, just looking over the recap. But anyway, so after, there's been a lot of issues with their offensive line in particular, and they're absolutely getting beat up. And I guess one of the reporters kind of asked him, like, so who would you rather be making the play calls? Which is an ignorant question. He's just a player. He doesn't make decisions on that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I ain't gonna say because y'all are just trying to set me up. And he called the reporter out. So props to him for calling the reporter out for setting him up for some bullcrap headlines that they didn't need. And it just kind of goes to show, I'm afraid we're headed to a point with Colorado where at this point they're just going to be trying to sling dirt all over them, and that angers me. Just kind of because of how their season's gone, and I don't think that's very fair. So, but yeah, good props to Shadur for not biting. That's all I really had on that.
No, I didn't see that. I mean, I know that obviously, they've lost again. I think they've got like 2, maybe 3 games left. So I mean, it's looking unlikely that they're going to be able to be bowl eligible. I think it's to the point now where it was so fun in the beginning. Now people, because they're so used to talking about Colorado and those headlines are so juicy and entertaining, that now they're just going to figure out any way they can to talk about Colorado, even if it's in a negative light. It's unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, USC lost. I did want to play a clip real quick. I'm not going to. I'm gonna mute it. It was a clip that RG3 posted, but
he's one of the most ignorant people in all of football. I absolutely
watching him and his commentary. His commentary's kind of hit or miss. There's times where I think his commentary is kind of good, but then there's other times where I'm like, dude, bro, what are you doing? But I'm going to mute this, but really all I'm trying to show is the video in the background. But yeah, USC lost yet again to Washington. It was a hard-fought game. Caleb Williams ended up climbing up into the stands, had kind of a moment with his mom there. Ended up weeping and basically sobbing uncontrollably with, she put a cardboard thing over his face or piece of paper or whatever. But, you know, it's weird because it's like, I want to feel bad for Caleb Williams, but he's also done so much extracurricular stuff that it's kind of hard to for me. I mean, painting his fingernails, to say F Utah, and all that, he's
Trying to
just,
own a football team, and he hasn't even been drafted yet.
I mean,
He hasn't even won a game against a top 10 team this year. What is he talking about?
once ownership in a team and never won a natty. I don't know if he's ever even been at the playoffs, but yeah, I mean, the list goes on and on. But when you kind of set yourself up for stuff like that, man. When I'm not going to spend much time talking about it because it's really ignorant. But there is a Vols quote unquote influencer. I'm not going to say his name on here because I'm not going to give him any credit, but his initials are RTR. Those of you that you know what I'm talking about, which ironically enough is Roll Tide Roll, but neither here nor there. But it was a quote unquote UT fan that went on the interwebs and basically said, "Oh, when y'all play Brock Bowers, you're dumb enough to do it. We're gonna break his ankles when he comes to Knoxville. Our boys are gonna break his ankle." And obviously that was met with backlash because it was stupid and ignorant. It was a stupid, ignorant, dumb thing to say that makes all of us Vols fans look ignorant and stupid. But it was met with backlash, and then now his TikTok is muted, and he has disappeared into the abyss. But again, when you stick your neck out there and you say some dumb stuff, sometimes the universe has a way of humbling you, whether you want it to happen or not. So, and again, I'm not saying that Caleb Williams is a terrible person or nothing, but he just seems a little cocky. He's got a podcast show and he's doing all this stuff, and it's like, hey, I ain't gonna hate you for the business moves, but you kind of set yourself up there, man. So curious to see how that goes. Any other general college football news?
Yeah, kind of on this show, I just want to talk about USC officially fell out of the top 25 rankings. Obviously, you guys want to hear the top 25 show, listen to that. But USC fell out of the rankings after this loss to Washington, which to me, like, okay, so you lost to number 5 teams, number 24 fell out, kind of interesting. There are exactly like 6 or 7 9-0 teams remaining now, including James Madison and Liberty. So, kind of interesting for those of you that's seen that. But other than that, no, I don't have anything else to say.
Sorry, I muted my computer. I'm trying to fire my Mac up, but it's got that dong sound when you Mac desktops and iPad tablets, whatever, are great. But
you don't even use an iPhone, and here you are trying to say that Macs are
better. No, I've said for forever. Okay, when it comes to computers, I love Mac. When it comes to phones, no, they're terrible.
Sassy today.
Which, speaking of phones, I do want to throw this out there. Ed wanted us to mention on the show, Tennessee Vols fans, figure out technology and how to get into the game and scan tickets. I was a little nervous because it was funny. He's like, "Yeah, nobody knows how to scan their tickets. It always holds everything up." And I was like, "I don't know. We might be one of them." But I downloaded it to my Google Wallet and it held it up, scanned it, and it worked like a dream. I was like, look at us, in the 21st century. But Tennessee Vols fans, figure out how to do your tickets before you get there. Don't stand there and jam everything up. That's from Ed. But so we're going to take a break. I was going to cue up my cool little music or whatever for the break, but Yeah, for some reason my Mac is wanting to not hook up to the internet anymore. But we're gonna take a break. Don't go nowhere. We will be right back, baby. All right, we're back, baby. Back from the slumber. Okay, so we're gonna get into. Actually, we probably should have done this before, but we're gonna get into the weekly pick'ems update. Had a kind of. We've
I
had a
seen
kind.
you trying to skip it. Don't you? I seen you trying to skip
I
it because
was
you know
not
that
gonna
Big
try to
Daddy got
skip.
the dub. Don't you give me that.
Hey, I'm ahead of you, mother effer. What do you mean?
I won this
Look
week
at the
by one
score.
game.
Look at the scoreboard. Nobody cares
Hey,
about this
stats
week.
don't matter.
Stats don't matter. Yeah, look who's ahead, baby. I'm in second. It's only by one game, right?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it?
gonna take you next week. Don't worry.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
no. Well,
you should be glad I took a half week off.
yeah, I was
You
gonna
better be
say,
glad I took a half week off, or I'd still be ahead of you.
no, because I would have locked my picks in better than that. The ones, listen, the only ones that you get me on are the ones that nobody watches and don't matter anyways. Liberty, James
You're so
Madison.
full of crap. You know what I
Nobody
got you on
cares
this
about
week?
James Madison.
You know what
Nobody
I got.
cares.
Let's see what I get you on this week because I beat you by
James
one.
Madison
But
and ooh,
turn that off. Oh yeah, it was James Madison on this one. That is
James Madison and Georgia State. Nobody gives a damn about
well,
those.
there you missed another one though because I had USC and you had Washington. Who else did you have that at? Did you have Oklahoma?
No, I had Oklahoma State. I mean, I could pull it up, I guess.
It
No,
don't matter. Don't
the
matter.
only two I missed was the James Madison and Georgia State ones, which I mean, I was kind of
That's
rolling
the
the
same
dice.
game.
Oh wait, so then it was another no name one.
There's not another no name one on there.
There was another one. I can pull it up for
Yeah, it
whatever.
doesn't really matter. I was just curious.
But
Did you
yeah,
switch back to Notre Dame?
no. So I picked Georgia State, and Iowa State. Those were the only two I missed.
Iowa State, Kansas. That's it. I had you with Kansas. Go Jayhawks.
Yeah,
Baby.
which I mean, I kind of thought Kansas, but that was again, I was like, man, Iowa State at home. I don't remember if that was a night game or not, but I was like, man, only 19% of people picked them. And I'm like, I really feel like it's going to be a close game, which it was. But that one didn't swing in my favor, no. But yeah, no, it's been a fun push, dude, because I mean, freaking Dave Down was kind of running the table. Then here at the end, me, you, and Mangled Trucker are kind of making a run for it. I was trying to pull up the actual standings or whatever.
You don't need them. We just need to talk.
But the Dave Downs in the top. You'll have to queue it up. I'm trying to.
Dave Down is in 616th in the country, which is impressive. I did want to point out one thing I did notice. Old TW Cersei is officially no longer my friend because he didn't fight his thing this week. Good job, buddy. I am tied with Mangled Trucker at 62 in wins.
So the top 5 are, well, Dave Downs at 690. That's going to be hard to catch, but I'm 630, you're 620, 620 Mangled Trucker, and then 600 for ESPN fan, blah, 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 whoever that is. I mean, Dave Down, 99.9%. That's freaking hard to overcome right there. But me and Casper's making a pick. I mean, dude, if one of us wouldn't have, well, knock on wood, if one of us don't end up in the top 5 at least, I'll be slightly disappointed. But also, it looks like half the people quit playing.
Yep. Yes. I was gonna say we're gonna end up top 5 because everybody else is quit because they're a bunch of quitters.
I was trying to say, oh, Saucy's still going.
No, he's not. He hasn't picked in 3 weeks.
Oh, he hasn't?
Nope.
Oh, he got too far behind.
He's a quitter. Typical.
Yeah.
He probably knows
Well, dude, Dave Down was. I mean, he was running away with it there for a little bit, and then
He's
everybody.
still running away with it. I mean, he's
He is
616th in the world in this game. I don't know how many people's in it, but he is not beating 99.9% of them. That is awesome.
T Fitty was like, it's funny because we have a buddy that's the borderline gambling addict, and he's always looking for a system. But even T Fitty was like, dude, I just need to get with old Dave Down once a week and be like, hey man, let me get them picks. Because I mean, dude, if statistically 99.9.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you just went straight money line all year long with old Dave Down. Man, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But yeah, no, it's I mean, I'm messing with Casper, obviously, but no, Casper won. He had 90 points this week. I had 80. Dave Down only had 60. We beat Dave Down, so that's good. But the overall score, I'm beating Casper by 10 points. Dave Down still, it's gonna be hard. I mean, we're gonna have to really buckle down. Like I said, I'm always tempted when I know a game's going to be close. I'm like, man, if I just go with that 19%, I might be able to swing it. But it'd be like that sometimes. But Uconn, their basketball team showed up in place of their football team. No, that's a lie.
I think it was a soccer team because only scored 3 points.
Yeah, maybe. I know old 64 there for Uconn. He was on the wrestling team apparently because he really liked to get down there and wrestle with our dudes.
I want to get his name real quick just because
I was looking it up as well.
Okay. All right, good. I just want to be sure that he understands that we think he's a scumbag.
Yeah. Old Uconn, man, the freaking. Hopefully, I get the right name here.
Christian Haynes.
Christian Haynes. Listen, buddy. I mean, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong, okay? Some players that I used to look up to growing up. I mean, I used to root for Dennis Rodman and these guys that were known for getting a little chippy. I like chippy dudes with attitudes when it comes to sports. But here's the thing, man. There's 102,000 people in Neyland. Man, I don't even know. Literally from the jump, I mean, dude was like laying on top of our guys, trying to push them when the refs wasn't looking. I don't know. I guess he was just trying to like get them frazzled. I don't really know what the mentality was on that or whatever. But I don't know if y'all go back and watch the game, just keep your eye on 64 the entire time because he was just like pushing, shoving, laying on top of dudes. I mean, I don't know. Me and Casper noticed it from the stands.
Yeah, everybody did. I mean, it wasn't just us. I mean, yeah, like I said, we were talking about earlier. Like I was just wanting us to not punch him and get thrown out for next week because we're gonna need the whole team against Missouri. And I was like, good God, this guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that was it.
You up there in the stands, like his whole goal basically is just to piss us off and try to make us look stupid and get kicked out for next week and try to ruin our season. But
didn't work.
I mean, I give him A for effort. He is a senior, so it probably sucks to be 1-8 in your senior year. I understand the frustration, but don't take it out on us, man.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine being like a football player at a basketball school?
So
that would be rough.
We kind of need to back up a little bit. I don't know where his stuff came from, but I have a feeling that it had something to do with that pregame situation. Are you going to play this or?
So before the game, which I mean, I don't know that this was as big of a deal as some people are making it out, but before the game, Uconn was warming up on the Vols side of the field. And which I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but right here in the middle of this video, you're going to see old Josh Heupel. He definitely made it known like, hey, dude, listen, here's the deal. This is our side. Y'all get over there on your side. It's one of those things where the side of the field really doesn't matter that much, but it's more the point. This is just complete gamesmanship tactics here, but Heupel's basically like, nah, man, get over on, this ain't your side. Yeah. Get over on the other side. That's where we warm up.
It's just it's a bit disrespectful, and their coaches came over and cleared them out, and I think I wanted to make out the point, like, we missed that thing at Kentucky where when we ran out of the tunnel, Kentucky was, like, standing in front of the tunnel like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
I think that probably had us good and turn up for this too, if that makes sense, like, a little bit extra, and,
yeah. I'm gonna
I
see
don't
if I
know.
can pull that up too while we're talking about it. But I don't think that this was intentional. There's a lot of people trying to say that it was. I don't know that it was
I don't
necessary.
really know that it was, but I do know that, like, it did cause a little bit of a rift. Obviously, I'm sure you saw the handshake after their coach was basically trashy about it. I'm pretty sure he wasn't excited that, they're at the end of the second quarter with like 40 seconds. We get the ball back and try to go drive and score. And I don't think they loved that because we could just knead it out and gone to the half, but we were acting like we were trying to score, which I know Heupel and I know how he feels, and when he doesn't has respect for somebody and he has a chance to put points on the board, we only need 30 seconds to score.
Yeah, and I mean,
And
like you said, who knows? I mean, maybe this was he was trying to get back at
you know,
maybe he's trying to get back at him for the pregame thing. I don't know what he said, but obviously, you
yeah,
know,
it must have been something good.
Heupel kind of had a little smirk there. Now, granted, who knows? Maybe there was nothing there, and we're just looking. Maybe.
No, I watched Heupel's post game conference and they asked him about it, and that he definitely said something, and Heupel took kind of the high road. But listen, don't come and mess with us. We're 7-2, but we ain't taking it from nobody. And I like that. I think that that's good for the University of Tennessee for us to
I
not
mean,
take it. We took
yeah,
it for a
like
long time.
I'm fully on board with the whole and like I said, it sounds stupid. Like, hey, dude, this is our side of the field. Go, your side's over there. This is where we warm up. Like, it's our house. Like, it don't matter how stupid it is. When you go over to somebody else's house and they're like, hey, man, kick your shoes off. Like, you just that's the rules of the house. Like, but yeah, I'm trying to pull up that Kentucky clip. Okay, here we go. I am going to pull that up only because we missed it.
Okay.
But yeah, the whole Kentucky thing, or whatever. Well, I thought I had it pulled up, but yeah, I mean, stuff like that's a good way to get it rolling in the wrong direction or whatever. Oh, here you go. And we'll talk about it, but yeah, so basically it was kind of a similar thing. Kentucky, they walked out to, as we were about to run out of the tunnel, they walked out and tried to block us, which we just, I mean, kind of ran through them, skipping, jumping.
What is that though? Like, what when somebody comes into your house that is supposed to be better than you makes you want to go stand in front of their tunnel to like act like you want to fight? Like,
Well,
I don't understand. Like, I just don't get it. Like,
I mean, this is one that, Kentucky, they finally thought, and, like, I know I kind of told you about it too, but, they finally thought that, like, this was going to be their year. They were going to turn it around. They finally had a team that's good enough. But historically, they have not won. I feel like one fan actually, and I posted this on my social media. I'm going to play this real quick.
that one video.
Yeah, the one
Oh
with
yeah,
the
that was classic.
Kentucky
I
guy
watched that
getting mad.
today. Finally.
Yeah.
It's the first time in his life that it hasn't happened. And now
talking
we're
about
stuck
Joe
here.
Milton.
Mark Stoops is 2-9 against this team. And to walk around this place before the game, I was disgusted. The smugness of those guys just walking around like, we're going to walk in here. We're going to kick your.
Yep.
Well, the video.
Your ass, and you can't do anything about it. And it made me sick. And you know what? They did it. They still did it. What the hell? Can we not? Can we?
I'm not going to play the rest of it because I'm pretty sure he cusses, but he's like, they walk in all smug and then they did it. It's like, I mean, dude, that's just one we expect. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time talking about Kentucky, but we did miss some some of that came out later. But yeah, Kentucky tried to block the tunnel as we were running out, I guess trying to like intimidate us or whatever. I don't know. It didn't work though. But yeah, me and Casper got to see this game live in person. We got a totally different view. It's pretty awesome. I loved it. I mean, well, we tried to communicate through the game, like things we were seeing and things we liked, things we didn't like, and all that. And we kind of couldn't because people that were in our area kept wanting to narrate the game for us. So
Yeah.
eventually, me and Casper just were like, okay, well, we're just gonna not just
Talk about
even.
this later. So
Yeah,
here we are.
we'll talk about this later. But yeah, I mean, like I will say, man, the play calling looked way better this week, I think. I know that we didn't do anything too crazy, but I seen some different like some different mixes. The one play that sticks out to me was the one where we had the tight end line up as a wide receiver and then used him as a blocker. And I can't remember if that was um, I can't remember if that was our new guy, the transfer. I'm brain farting.
Thornton.
Castles.
Castles.
Um,
Oh yeah. What about
Castles lined up as a wide receiver, and then we used him as a blocker. I think that was the one that we threw to Thornton. I thought that was a good play. There were several plays that I seen where I was like, they were design plays. I was like, oh, okay, cool. We're doing a little something, something.
I mean,
Brought D Williams out in the second half. Maybe it's just to throw some teams off, but that's something we talked about seeing. And I granted it was in garbage time, but I thought that was pretty cool. But I mean, for the most part, now there's still some stuff I didn't like, but I thought they were getting kind of creative out there. If nothing else, just throw some teams off, maybe.
I mean, all right, couple things. We can't really talk about play calling because we played Uconn. Sorry. We've been running some of those schemes all year. Milton executed better on the passing again, which is good. This is two, in my opinion, extremely solid games. Obviously, which we put the burners to them on the run and the throw right off the rip. I mean that we waxed them, but to the whole D Williams thing. Yes. More, please, Daddy. Make me full. Fill up my tummy.
That would be, whoa, okay. That really took a turn. Okay. Man, I don't know. I already got you on the horn talking about pulling Tony, Coach Tony V's hair. Now we're talking about Daddy fill my belly up. But yeah, no, I loved seeing him out there on offense. As soon as he trotted out, he got the ball in that play, and we were like, "Whoa, who was that?" And then I was like, "Is that D Williams?" And then they showed the play on the jumbotron, and we were like, "Oh, dude, that is D Williams." But that's something we've been talking about all season. Like, man, like I'd love to see more of him. I don't know if it translated a lot on screen, but Dylan Sampson, man, statistically, he didn't do much, but man, he was all over the place. Like every time he got the ball, it was just like it was different or whatever. But I liked actually being at the game. I felt like you could see a lot more. The play before Squirrel White, when he caught that long touchdown pass, we did a little play action fake over there, and he was like wide open on that fake. And so we did the hurry up, lined up again. And then as soon as he broke, I was like, squirrel. And sure enough, dude zipped it in there and he was wide open, ran off for a touchdown. But 3 defensive touchdowns, that was nice. Jalen right off the rip, dude. It was like second or third play. I was still trying to figure out, like, okay, where's the play clock? Where's Sterl the Pearl at? I was looking for Sterl the Pearl's DJ booth, and then I look up and Jalen Wright's just absolutely off to the races. But I mean, it was freaking awesome, dude. I mean, it was nice to see us running the offense. It was nice to see some different guys get out there. Cameron Seldon, 6 carries, 35 yards. Now, granted, a lot of it's in garbage time, but I think one of our keys, though, or at least one of mine, was I want to see multiple guys with 50 yards. We didn't get there, but we got 3 guys above 50. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was Uconn. I mean, they're now 1-8, but it's still is nice to see some different people get out there, see some different looks. We got to see old Nico, which the fans have been begging and begging and begging for however long. Nico finally got out there. Which Casper, what was your thoughts?
What?
On Nico.
Nico, meh. Um, I wanted to leave him in longer and get him more snaps. I get what they're doing. We went with 3 quarterbacks.
Technically 4, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all I'm gonna say. Sorry, we put in 3 backups, but
Yeah.
uh, I guess they went with the 2 possession thing. It's whatever. I really wanted to see Nico out there a little bit more. Just being honest, I wanted to see him get some time, and I really wanted to see him throw to Squirrel White because I want to get used to hearing that. But
Yeah.
you know, it's
so, like you said, I'm with you. I don't know if we pulled him just because it's like, okay, we don't want him to get rattled. Don't want us, let's keep his confidence up. My initial thoughts were, and again, I've never said anything bad about Nico. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be an awesome quarterback next year.
correct.
Okay. We've said it all year. Like, dude, he's going to be great next year. Like, let him beef up a little bit, let him sit back, let him learn the offense. My first initial reaction was he moves great. He's amazing at evading pressure, keeping the play alive. I mean, and like we talked about, when he's running, he's looking downfield to make a throw. Um, whereas Milton, when he tucks it and runs it, it's basically like, hey, nobody's open. I'm going to try to get some yards. Nico's trying to extend the play and throw the ball downfield. There were some accuracy issues.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it translated on TV or whatever, but, in my opinion, he kind of played like a true freshman quarterback. I mean, he's jacked a little bit, missed a few throws, but I thought he did good. I thought he did, great for the time that we got to see him. Me and you both can say we saw his first ever career touchdown throw, which is awesome. That is one good thing that happened. But, like I said, I didn't, I actually think Gaston Moore looks great too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's going to challenge him for a starting spot next year. I don't know. But Gaston looked good in the orange and white game. He looked good when he's out there. Yeah, I mean, it was a great win for the Vols. It was a great game to go to, for that matter. All in all, the Vols had 375 yards passing. They averaged 12.1 yards per pass, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, which is great when you have 4 quarterbacks. On the rushing side of things, 275 yards rushing, averaged 8.1, 2 touchdowns. The touchdowns come way of Jalen Wright and Joe Milton III. Wright had 8 carries, 113 yards, 14.1 yards averaged. Cameron Seldon had 6 carries, 35 yards. Sampson had 5 for 28. Nico had 1 rush for 25, which, I mean, was a good look. That was the one where he lost his footing, which, dude, if he don't lose his footing, he goes all the way on that one.
I don't think he lost his footing. I think he was trying to go down, and we need to work on that slide. I just think he didn't know how to slide. I think he got out there, and they were yelling at him on the sideline to get down, and he was like,
I don't know, man. Looking at it on the jumbotron, it looked like when he cut, he just stumbled, kind of like got too far ahead of himself. I don't know, but Squirrel White caught the
he was
ball.
going to get his head taken off. I was scared.
Yeah, that's the problem with the talk. And so everybody on the lives was like, dude, you don't look at Bryce Young. Look at Bryce Young. He don't have to put on weight. He don't, dude. Like, when you're 6'6", you've got to have a thick base. Otherwise, your legs are going to be annihilated, especially if you're mobile. Ask RG3, man. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what got him, was a leg injury, right, when he's running. But yeah, no, like I said, they played great. Squirrel, 2 catches, 94 yards, 1 tud. Ramel Keaton played good, 2 catches, 81 yards, 1 tud. The sleeping thing, the sleeping celebration, I think, can be a bit much at times.
Yeah,
But
I wasn't a fan of that. Like, right there to start the game, like, look, it's Uconn, bro. In the first quarter, what the heck, dude?
he did that at Florida too. It didn't work out good.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish somebody would grab him by the shoulders and say, "Hey, wait till the fourth quarter for that. Just don't." And look, and so back to the whole thing about 64. we egg UConn on, man. When you play these games like this, when it gets ugly, hand the ball to the referee and go back to the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, I know it makes me sound like an old crotchety guy, but you know what I'm saying? Just I don't know. Anywho, the young guys coming in playing that hadn't got a lot of playing time and all that's fine. But if you're a starting receiver, starting running back, starting quarterback, and you get a touchdown, look, just go back to sideline. It's UConn, damn it. It's UConn.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But a lot of defensive guys got in, got tackles. That was awesome to see. 2 interceptions. Beasley and McCullough got one. Both got into the end zone. I mean, them 3 defensive touchdowns was all. In my opinion, the only thing that could have been better would have been a kick or punt return back. That's about the only thing we didn't hit. But man, it was an awesome game, dude. I'm, we're not going to do any previews because we're going to do that on the next episode. But I'm looking forward to Mizzou. A lot of people in the lives were asking thoughts on Mizzou. My thoughts are like, I think we can beat them, but we 100% need to respect them. Like, don't be those of you that's traveling, don't be putting your jerseys on their statues or nothing ignorant like that. Don't be doing
Oh God, you know they're going to, and we're gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah, they are actually good.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot. Are we or are we not better than Mizzou?
I think we're better than Mizzou. I mean, I do. I think we are. But it's going to be a tough road game, though.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I was trying to pull up the preview, but
no, we'll
we'll do that on the next one. I'll explain why I think we're better on the next one. But
that's fair.
Any other thoughts?
Man, I don't have a whole lot. It was a great weekend. Obviously, kind of a good weekend of rest per se for Tennessee. But I like that, break up this tough SEC schedule. We obviously got 2 tough games coming up here next, 2, one on the road, one at home. And then we get to play a high school. I went at elementary school to finish up. So, looking forward to next week for sure. But hey, it was a great time to go with you and hang out. Thanks for that. And thanks for being with you. And thanks to staycating.com, of course. The man, the myth, the legend. And hey.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I had a great time, man. It was a good time.
Yeah, we will steal your seats anytime.
Hey, Ed, one comment to Ed if you're listening. I said Larson, and he should have wrecked Blaney. He really let me down there, and I'm a little bit disappointed about it. That's why NASCAR hasn't come up. But yeah, so I hate Ford. Anyways, moving on. That's all I got.
Yeah, like I was gonna do like kind of a breakdown of like how it went at the game with the some of the people around us and stuff, but I think I'm just gonna stay away from that. But in other news, Ole Miss beats Texas A&M 38-35. Clemson shocked quote unquote the world and stormed the field.
Clemson stormed the field. I didn't
after
know that.
They beat Notre Dame, they stormed the field, and I'm
Dabo
like,
should be fired.
Here's still Clemson. You've won like 2 natties in the last 7 or 8 years. Y'all don't storm the field. Learn how to win football games, dude. And that's coming from a Vols fan. But like you lost so much of my respect.
Ooh.
I know you're 5-4 now, and you were 4-4 at the time. But like, and yeah, Notre Dame's like ranked 15th. But I'm like, yeah, that in my opinion didn't warrant rushing the field. You've got 2 natties in the last 10 years, dude, and you're rushing the field for beating Notre Dame. Is the program that much in shambles? That shocked me. When I seen that, I was like, we're just rushing the field to rush the field now, I guess? Like, I mean, I know Tennessee kind of sort of started that.
We kind of started it, but no, I mean, yes and no. Like we did, we didn't.
We didn't officially start it. It's just when we rushed the field against Bama, that was celebrating a 15-year drought, and it was, and then we ripped the goalpost down, threw them in the river, which Kansas threw theirs in a lake, which was stupid. But it was the scene and the pictures and videos, and it was so romantic. And this is what's all. And now everybody's like, oh, we're gonna do that, and it's like it's not as cool if it's just another Saturday. Like,
And like when we did it, that's the first time we beat a top 5 team in how long?
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
I mean,
we haven't beat Bama in 15
like
years.
that's what I mean. That's like you said, they've won 2 natties in that time. Okay, but on that same line, we're gonna go to the other school from South Carolina. Did you see Shane Beamer and his crap and how they were celebrating their win over Jacksonville State 38-28? Jackson State, who is not even a D1 school.
I didn't hear about them
Yeah,
celebrating though.
he was talking about how we're gonna celebrate. We deserve to celebrate
celebrate.
a win, beating Jacksonville State and all this crap. And if you guys have a problem with it, then get out and blah 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 blah. They beat Jacksonville State by 10 points and threw a party for it. They have also fallen quite far with their 3 wins. I understand that every win is a good win, but man, don't take that into the media room, Shane.
I mean,
You
that
better.
is.
It's the SEC. We don't celebrate wins to Jacksonville State, bro.
I mean, that is. I mean, good on you for getting a win, but
Yeah.
it's kind of
Oh,
embarrassing.
look, we're celebrating. We're not. We're celebrating a win over Uconn, but I mean, I was still not. I asked the fans around us. Still wasn't happy with the defense in the first half.
Yeah,
So,
Casper's like, man, we gotta lock that defense up. And then another fan in our media area is like, I mean, dude, they've only scored 3 points. They've only scored 3 points. And Casper's like,
we don't do the negative ball thing on here. But all I want to say about this, we gave up 153 yards passing in the first half to Uconn. That's tough.
At the game, it was like, I don't know if it translated on TV, but it was like, bro. I mean, it was like
it translated. I'm sure it did because like
every time they dropped back, it was like, go.
Yeah. It was like, do we have a secondary? I wonder, what Kamal Hadden would have done about that. But anyways,
he would have locked him down.
There.
And then if he didn't, he would have put his fist up and fought him like a man. We're getting some victory.
You know that Dave Down is one of those against Kamal, right?
Well, I can't say too much
Down
about
and
him.
Buddy Randy both don't like.
I can't say too much about him because he knows how to pick a football game. But
Yeah.
the only reason they're mad about Kamal is because he put his dukes up, against that Florida guy. But like, dude, if you go back and watch the video, I mean, he was rushing in. Like, I mean, they were going after the other guy, and he was rushing in to break it up. And then the other dude squared up on him. It wasn't even, to me, the hate for Kamal Hadden is stupid. I mean, dude, you're welcome here anytime. You got some free time now. We're with you, dude. Like, I don't understand. I know Coach Wade also doesn't understand the hate for, Kamal Hadden, but Vols fans really lock in on some ignorant stuff from time to time. I don't know. Speaking of ignorant stuff, Kansas State lost to Texas by 3 points. Did you see the end of that game?
Nor do I care.
OT. Okay, they're down 3 points. They get down at the goal line and decide to go for it on fourth instead of kicking the field goal. And
I think that's a great move, honestly. On the road at Texas, I personally think try to win it in first overtime. If Texas, so all right, so just to make sure I set this up right because I know kind of. So Texas kicked the field goal, had possession first, kicked the field goal, correct?
Yes.
And Kansas State said we can kick a field goal tie or try to get a touchdown for the lead from like the 2.
Well, they were at like the 4 or 5-ish. They wasn't exactly right there. It was like fourth and goal, and they tried to go for it.
On the road. I'd go for the win. I can't knock it. We're not going to talk about the locks of the week. For sure.
How did we do on those?
We sucked it up. Colorado.
We both missed.
Yeah, we both missed. So yeah, it was you missed by like a half point.
Oh, I knew it was. I didn't ever go back and look at it, but I was like, I feel like I think I covered. I guess I didn't, but
even though they had the lead at halftime,
that was right. Well, you kind of had that pulled up at the game or whatever. But and then the other thing too with Kansas State was, and I made a note of it, but they had like, I think they had a missed extra point where, and I think they may have even had a couple, but I know they had at least one where they had a missed extra point where dude hiked it and the quarterback wasn't even looking or whatever. It's like, But yeah, Kansas State, which they're not going to fall too far, I don't think. I mean, they might fall out of top 25, but we both predicted Oklahoma State beating Oklahoma. That was pretty nice. You did pick. I'm just sick. The thing with JMU, I'm just sick of hearing about them. That's why I picked Georgia State. I was like, just beat the effers.
Just for the record, the new top 25 is out. Kansas State did drop. USC dropped. UCLA dropped. Air Force dropped. USC outside the top 25 for the first time since Lincoln Riley's there. They fired their defensive coordinator. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Wait, when did they get a defense? NC State beat Miami too. How about that? And Arizona. That dude, we picked like 3 or 4 straight up upsets. So I'm kind of interested.
Arizona is an extremely underranked team, and I got bad news because they are traveling to Colorado and probably going to get a dub again. Which, you know, you want the Buffs. You want the Buffs bowl eligible, buddy. That
hurts. I'm kind of curious to talk to old.
That's tough.
I'm kind of curious to talk to old T Fitty and our part-time race car driver guy that we know about.
He's not calling in because he lost $1 million today.
Well, T Fitty, he got back in the game. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, I mean, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like,
and he wants to talk about interventions. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm out.
It's really time to go to bed, isn't it?
It is. I was looking at the time and I was trying to get in under an hour so I could release this in one episode on the live, but we didn't hit that. So then I was like, well, all right, that's shot. Any other, the Vols didn't do the Baby Blues. Any other?
About that, I was too upset.
Any other things we want to talk about? Hard stances from the game.
Joshua Dobbs, son, do you see that crap?
Oh, I did. Yeah, he
didn't practice. He did not practice one snap. Got the dub.
Getting it done, dude.
Had a baby, Josh Dobbs. By the way, he did the prayer for the game. I think they had it recorded. I don't think it's live, but
Oh yeah, because I was looking for him. I didn't see him.
Yeah, I think it was like a recorded thing. But Josh Dobbs, that's awesome to see him come out there. I know he, did good at Arizona. They kind of, but I mean, dude, we'll see what he can do with the Vikings.
It's hard to not root for the guy.
They might do something, They might.
It's hard to not root for the guy because he gets a hard rep, but it's like, I mean, dude, like he's like the guy that they fly in overnight to start for their team. Like it happened at the Titans, happened for the Cardinals. Now it's happening in Minnesota.
And he does decent, which maybe he'll find a home somewhere. I don't know. Other than that, Tennessee tips off basketball Monday, 6:30 p.m. Against my alma mater, Tennessee Tech University. In my opinion, I don't know if we've ever had this discussion before. Tennessee Tech has the absolute best logo in sports, in college athletics. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but in my opinion, it is number one. I know you are a image guy, but
I have to categorically disagree.
You don't like it?
I'm just kidding. I have no clue what it looks like. Isn't it like an eagle or something?
I just put it in the notes. Look at it.
Oh, I got it pulled up. When you say are you talking about the TTU with the eagle in the background?
No. This one that's in the notes underneath the lock of the week.
Underneath the lock of the week.
I don't know why it's on a green background.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, no, I mean, dude, I don't know if I'd say the best in America, but it's definitely up there.
Looking. I don't really know why, but I used to think that when I went to school there. It's mean looking. And like on the basketball floor, it's huge. I love it. It's kind of old school. It's huge and it's bright and I love it. But they're probably going to get whooped. So,
I mean, I can see how if you were homeschooled, you'd think that's an awesome logo. I think the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks is the best mascot and the best logo in college sports. Just me personally. Northern Arizona Lumberjacks, well, I mean, can't beat it. Casper didn't like that, so now he's back. But yeah, the Northern area. I about got me a hoodie last time I went there. But yeah, no, that's I think that's all we got. I think we're gonna.
We're just rambling now. Let me scroll through ESPN. Something else we need to talk about.
I mean, there's a few things that happen.
To hell with Ryan Blaney. Nobody likes him. We already talked about that.
Ryan Day in Ohio State, they were the first team to be down at halftime.
Did you hear
to a unranked opponent since 2014? Yeah. That was nice.
Did you also hear that it's now rumored that Ohio State is the one that started this investigation into Michigan?
I think you're the one that told me that. Yeah,
I've seen that a couple places. I've also seen the videos of this of like Michigan with Stallions on the sideline, like reading offenses and then telling what the plays are.
I'm curious to see how it's going to shake out.
And I think that they're going to let them off with it because I don't think you can take one of your top 4 teams. In my opinion, I'm not sure they're not the best team right now, but I don't think you can take them out of contention for this, but you should. I just don't know. I don't know that I'd have the nuts to do it. So we'll see.
It's going to be pretty rough.
Definitely still something to watch. What's crazy is if they end up, if that thing goes as deep as they say it goes, it could be more teams get taken out.
Oh, it goes deep. Real deep.
Like it could be more teams. Quit with your hey, look, it's Sunday.
Did you go to church?
Church today, son?
Did you go to church?
Yeah.
I went to church.
But I don't know. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot.
Well,
it's been a great weekend.
Yeah, it was an awesome weekend. It was a fun weekend. I had a blast. I really did. Spending game day on Rocky Top is never bad. But I think that's all we got. Me and old Casperoni, we're just gonna ride off. Click like, click subscribe, share this, and again, feel free to leave comments on this even if you watch this later, and also don't forget I go live every Saturday at approximately 8 to 9-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch me on TikTok, catch Casper on TikTok and Facebook as well. But we're going to go ahead and ride off into the sunset, baby. Until next time, I am Big Drewski. Make sure you drink all your milk. Casper, anything you want to say to the people?
Casper, go Vols.
Go Vols all day, every day. We're out. Peace.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.